What is the best sermon you ever heard? And with that sermon, who said it? For the last 25 days, I've been going through the Sermon on the Mount, been blogging about it, but really just trying to sit in the Word and try to understand what was going on, who was around, and what was Jesus really saying, um, and what he was talking to the people about. So the Sermon on the Mount, for me, it didn't begin in chapter 5 where the Beatitudes are. For me, it actually starts ahead of that in chapter 4. And, Jesus gets tempted in the wilderness. That's the start of the Sermon on the Mount. And so after being tempted, he starts to go to city after city or town after town, and he starts to heal the sick. He heals the demon possessed, the ones with intense pain, and the ones with leprosy. And so these people are the ones that are following him, and maybe the people that saw the healing come with him too. So large crowds gather around Jesus as he goes up. It says a mountain or a hill, so that he goes up to the hill. And as he's up on the hill and he starts to say the Beatitudes, that's the beginning of the Sermon on the Mount. But it doesn't end at the Beatitudes. The Beatitudes are just the start. To end there is just not to read the Bible. As I know it now. And so you got to continue where the words are in red and just follow Jesus as he goes his sermon on the Sermon on the Mount. So as he's walking through, there's a lot of hard concepts that get thrown in there. One is, for me, was the Lord's Prayer. It's in there, and Jesus is teaching the people how to pray. And I always thought it ended at a certain place. But now, looking at the whole Sermon on the Mount, I think it ends with forgiveness. That's where the Lord's Prayer ends. And it's right there in the Bible. So, coolest thing about for the Sermon on the Mount for me was towards the end, everybody's just realizing, wow, this Jesus, he's speaking with authority, and not even the scribes can actually speak like he does. So Jesus comes down from the Sermon on the Mount, and as he's coming down, a man with leprosy comes up to him. Man, I could just imagine that, where he just listened to the whole thing, and he's humble, and he's, oh my gosh. And he's like, I just want healing. And so he goes, Jesus, heal me. And Jesus is like, do you want healed? And that's an interesting question to me. It's, do you want healed? Do you want to really know Jesus, the rock? And the guy with leprosy, he's like, yeah, I want to be healed, Jesus. I definitely want to be healed. And so Jesus heals him. And that's where it ends. But it doesn't end there. The Bible keeps on going, and I will keep going in the Bible. I'm so grateful I read it from cover to cover. So grateful I read it looking for God, not the characters in the Bible, where there's some characters. But the Bible, it's about God's love. It's about redemption. It's about just being humble, and just remember, no matter what you did in the past, whatever it is, Jesus loves you. And it says in the Bible, he left the 99 to go after the one. So if you're the one and you don't know what the Bible is, start reading from cover to cover, and you'll find a God that is just amazing. Or at least I did. So keep seeking, because it is the truth, and I think we can use a lot more truth in today's world.